As a Jamaican, whether here at home or in the diaspora, one staple event positioned as a linchpin of our nation's heritage that most never miss is our annual ceremony of investiture and the presentation of national honors and awards. And rightly so, as many Jamaicans who have made significant contributions to the nation's development are publicly recognized through this event.
I made a promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity.
And in standing up for justice, his recompense before all the nation is sure, as through this year's ceremony, Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP Fitz will be decorated with the Order of Distinction in the rank of officer class. Behind this nomination is a lengthy script that the Deputy Commissioner started writing some 30 years ago. A journey of ambition, bravery, commitment, and dedication to help Jamaica play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
So I joined the JCF in 1984, having left high school, having left Margaret High to Prospect. I was exposed to what I consider to be some form of semi-military. It's a cadet institution where every student is considered to be a cadet. So having gotten that training, I opted to join the JCF. My first assignment was at the Beat and Foot Patrol Division. It was like a division that they call us the Plaza Police. We used to work at the various plazas like Tropical Plazas, Twin Gate Plaza. We worked downtown, King Street, within the area where the vendors are. So I spent just about a year there. I moved from Beat and Foot to Mobile Reserve, where I did the operational policing. That was an excellent opportunity for me. My own protection and survival as a police officer, and how do I maneuver in certain circumstances, was enhanced by my going to Mobile Reserve there at that time. So I spent 3 years there, and then there was a shift in terms of my policing. I moved on to the fraud squad. So I went as a constable at fraud squad, went through the ranks: constable, acting corporal, corporal, sergeant, inspector, deputy superintendent, and superintendent. And I became the head of fraud squad. I don't think any criminal should outwit me. So that's where my passion really lied as a police. I just love, it's very complex, those investigations, very complex, very time consuming. You have to be able to identify, small things for details. You have to have that knack for detail. When the fraud squad submerged into OCID, I became the head of organized crime. So technically, I spent another 4 years.
But there was far more impact to be made. So in 2012, an exuberant Bailey was transferred to St. Andrews Central to now test his wits at geographic policing for the first time in his career. Murder rates went down from 12 to 10 to 8 and then to 2, a significant feat under his leadership. That stint was a success, but his adaptability propelled him to higher heights: Air 4 headquarters for about 3 months, then a transfer to Clarendon for a little over a year, and then on to Air 2 headquarters as the Assistant Commissioner of Police, where he spent 9 months.
And then I returned to CETA, Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime, where I spent just about a year, and then I was given the portfolio responsibility for crime that I've been at since about 2018. it was February 2018 I came here, and acting until I got promoted, and I still maintain this portfolio.
But what does he believe is the greatest tool that allowed for his many transitions and success at the JCF?
Joining the JCF, I see myself not as a master, but I see myself as a servant. If you see yourself as Lord and masters, then you're going to find the way you execute your duty is going to be a little abusive and excessive. So if we understand the concept of servanthood, that's how I do my policing. I am a servant of the public. If you're going to be an effective leader, be it a police or not, if you don't go to the table with credibility, you have to be a credible leader. And you have to be somebody who can be trusted.
We'll also see several Jamaicans getting the Order of Distinction. This is really an honor to be able to recognize Jamaicans who have done so much for the country.
And the DCP Bailey's reward will carry the motto, distinction through service.
I'm really humbled and grateful for this consideration. I think my only regret is that both of my parents, my mother and father, they are not alive to see it. I accept it with the highest level of humility. To be considered from so many people, I am really grateful, and I will accept it, and I will ensure that I continue to maintain the dignity and honor of the JCF and continue to be an upstanding citizen, not only in terms of my service as a police officer, but I also serve within the church. I offer voluntary service at the highest level within the Christian church organization. I'm a minister of religion too, and I'm a marriage officer. So I will continue to do that service.
For Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, it's the JCF or nothing. There are no other options really.
For me, if I were to relive my life, it would be JCF again. And if I can serve an organization like this in the afterlife, it would be JCF. It has been a pleasure, it has been an honor, it has been a privilege. There were lows, but the better days are greater than the lower days. There were some lonely moments, but it was worth it.